So you just won your first contract for snow removal, $250,000 for a 5-year contract. Congratulations. Kudos to you. You did it, right? And so this is just a live example, a proven example that people are winning government contracts while some people are sitting back, scratching their head, trying to figure it out, holding themselves back, thinking that, you know, they can figure it out on their own. Other people are just like out there getting it. So basically, if you are like between 0 and 80, now you know, well, I'm still in a growth phase. If you haven't really, if you're in between, somewhere in between that, I'm in the growth phase. So, but once you hit to like 80,000, you've been there for like a couple years, then and you've done these things, you've clearly, you know, identified your plan of action, your promise to deliver, and your purpose, then it's time to scale. Somebody type scale. Somebody say type scale. So scaling is when you actually extend your revenues or grow your revenues beyond the $80,000 mark. So now you're getting into the 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. And then once you get into scale, you continue to scale. You can scale to 6 figures. You can scale to multiple 6 figures. You can scale from multiple 6 figures to millions. You can scale from multiple millions to billions and all that, and so on and so forth. So what do I need to be focused on in scale? Like, what are some of the things that I need to be doing to actually help me scale? And so there's 3 things that you should be focusing on in the scale phase. Somebody say 3 things. Type that in the chat. So 3 things. Systemizing the process, and I'm going to go into some details here. Stabilizing the progress, and then strategizing your profits, right? So I'm gonna say that again. Systemizing the process, stabilizing the progress that you've been making, and then strategizing the profits. Okay, so systemizing the process, what does that mean, right? So a lot of the things that we do in business, especially during the growth phase, it's been hands-on. Like when you're in that growth phase, you actually find yourself working more hours than your income or revenues reflect, right? So basically, you're time heavy, right? So you're putting a lot of time in, but you're not really making as much money as you could be or should be, right? That's because you're growing, right? And it's going to cost you a lot of time up front to grow, right? So, but when you're in the scale phase, there are specific systems that you've been doing manually on the growth phase that now you should be looking at SaaS, right? SaaS softwares, maybe even using AI now that it's a hot thing and it's not going anywhere, right? You should be looking at CRMs, customer relation management systems, accounting systems, teaming and partnerships. So these are like some of the things that you can do to systemize the process. Like, what are some of the process? Well, you have a marketing process. Maybe you have a sales process. Maybe you have a customer acquisition process. Maybe there's a whole different type of branding process or something that you do to communicate. Maybe there's a communication process. And so when you're scaling, now you're looking at what are the tools that I need to actually automate some of these processes that I'm doing. So it's called systemizing the process, right? Systemizing it. For instance, if you, for your marketing efforts, like if you have like an email, you're building out an email list and you want to, you've been manually just going live or manually, emailing people and texting people, hey, here's a sale event that we're doing. We're gonna be doing a promotional sale. Come down to our store or join us online or go to this website, whatever it is, whether you have a brick and mortar or an online business, whatever that is. Instead of doing it manually, now you have a CRM where you've built your database of potential clients or your target market. You took your target market list and you uploaded it to like a CRM, and now with the click of a button, you've built out a whole year worth of emails, and it's automated. So now you don't have to do that part. So that's just an example That's just an example. And with systemizing the process, of course, as you grow and scale, you cannot do it by yourself. Now, when you're growing a business, yes, you could be the solopreneur, the one man band, the person that does it all yourself. But when you're ready to scale, you definitely need to start creating partnerships. You have to look at who do I need to hire? Who do I need to team with, right? Because we're better together, right? And teamwork does really make the dream work in the aspect of scaling your business. No, because you're paying someone else, it's not going to hold you back. Actually, when you don't partner and pay other people, it actually does hold you back, and you actually make less money, and you stay stuck in the growth phase. So I want to help you here just a little bit. So someone say I just sub out for more time to learn. Absolutely. That's exactly what you do, Terry. You sub out some of the work because it leverages other people's time, and you have more time to either learn how to do things to scale your business and grow more, to make more money, and all those different things. It's funny how that works, because a lot of times, typically people who are stuck think that by subbing out work, you're losing money. Well, you're losing money if you don't have a plan in place and you're not taking action that makes sense, right? To grow and scale. So systemizing the process, of course, it includes all those things, partnerships and all that, right? So stabilizing the progress. When I talk about stabilizing the progress, we're talking about, so now that you've made some progress, maybe you've been in the growth phase for sustainably for 2 years or so, right? How do you stabilize the progress in the scale phase? Well, you have to actually have some measurable KPIs that's going to allow you the opportunity to track the results that you've been having and actually predict results that you can have by just pushing simple buttons or just by taking certain actions, right? And so you, when you're stabilizing the progress, you're actually creating a predictable income. You're actually tracking your results. How many people responded to my emails? How many people or how many agencies? When you're talking about government agencies, right? How many government agencies did I reach out to? How many of them actually responded? How many of them those opportunities led to actual opportunities? Did I bid on them? How many did I win? Right. And so that's a part of basically stabilizing, having predictable results that you're measuring, because when you measure those things, you can say well, out of every 10 that I submitted, maybe I have a 10% win rate right now. So in order for me to, scale to multiple six figures, maybe that 1 in 10 is like $250,000. In order for me to scale to $1 million, I need to win 4. And if it takes 10 to win $250,000, then how many do I need to submit in order to win 4? 10, 20, 30, 40. So I need to submit 40 to win 4, right? And so that actually allows you to really have predictable, scalable income, measuring the results and being able to track that, right? So you have to be able to track that. So yeah, congratulations, Terry. So you just won your first contract for snow removal, $250,000 for a 5-year contract. Congratulations. Kudos to you. You did it, right? And so this is just a live example, a proven example that people are winning government contracts while some people are sitting back, scratching their head, trying to figure it out, holding themselves back, thinking that, they can figure it out on their own. Other people are just out there getting it, right? And so what's holding you back, right? Are you still stuck in the growth phase? Maybe you need a government contract to get yourself out of that, because like I said, one contract could literally be worth 10 years worth of revenue. One contract could literally 10x, 20x, 30x, whatever it is that you're making right now. So the government is the biggest buyer. And so if you're not doing business with the government, literally, I promise you, you are leaving money on the table.